What's up, guys? Welcome back to the channel. Welcome back on this Thursday, where we're gonna talk about Thuram on a cheap, on a very cheap deal, actually. But we're also gonna talk about coal miners, Ederson, because our midfield needs a rebuild. There are a lot of question marks. Is Rabiot gonna stay? Are we gonna sell McKennie because he doesn't want to sign that new reduced contract offer we made him? Is Miretti going to be sold, loan? Is Alcaraz going to be retained on some sort of loan deal, whatever? I think the only player that definitely is going to say, or the two definitely you can say, okay, they are going to be here next season, is Locatelli and Fagioli. And a lot of people have question marks about Fagioli. Our midfield has been an issue for many years. We try to do certain things. Pogba, that was a flop. Paredes, that didn't work out. McKennie on loan, McKennie back. So it has been a mess, and now we need to fix it. A lot of names, Samardzic, and that's what we're going to talk about in this video. But before we do that, hit the like button, subscribe to the channel as always, and let's go. Okay, so the title is Thuram on a cheap. Thuram from Nice. We were linked with him last summer as well. Liverpool were linked with him last summer, but Nice didn't want to sell. The difference now is he has a contract until 25, and he's not going to sign a new deal, apparently. That's why it could be a bargain. Now, I'm going to be honest. I haven't watched Nice this season. I watched games last season towards the end. I didn't watch a Nice game this season. From what I've read, he's not having the best of seasons, and or like, again, people are saying it's because of coaching, who is a good coach, Italian, but because of decisions being made, he cannot express him as much. I cannot say that's true or a lie. So if anyone watched Nice play this season, confirm that in the comments or disprove that in the comments, I guess. But the price being quoted is around 25 million, which is very cheap, because we need a rebuild. We need more than one player. I think everybody saw the Europa League final. We have been linked with Colt Miners for 60 million euros. I like Colt Miners. I actually like him a lot. It's not because of the price. I'm like, oh, he's a bum, because that's how it goes. He's still the same player. He's still a player who could do a very good job for us. I've always liked him, even before he joined Atalanta. But 60 million euros is a lot of money for us when we need so much. That's why I think a lot of people are sitting back and like, okay, do we really, like, are we really going to spend that? We didn't even spend that on Savic when he was quoted at 60, and we could have gotten him, and we said, no, it's too much, And I think Savic is a better player, a more talented player. However, he remains a top target, Colt Miners. He remains one of the main targets for Juntili. But then you also see Ederson play, in the same Atalanta team, and he was unbelievable. He's actually playing extremely well, having a fantastic season. We've been linked with him in January. Di Marzio saying we're trying in January, but Atalanta will not let him go, which was a good, move. But now you're back in for him, potentially. The price is going up. They won the Europa League. The price is going to be ridiculous. And you always have that with Atalanta players who are like good, but man, away from Atalanta, not so good. Basically, it's completely different. It doesn't look the same. It's a bit scary. I'm not gonna lie, it is scary trying to sign Atalanta players, because most of them turn out to not play up to the same level, basically. So it is always a possibility that could happen. Then you have Samardzic, who potentially could be cheap again. I don't think free. I know a lot of people are saying that, but Udinese kind of put out there that it's not true that if they get relegated, that Samardzic could leave, on a free transfer. If they get relegated, you will get him on a cheaper deal. You will. You will definitely get him on a cheaper deal. But the problem is you will probably also not be the only team in for him. Now, I thought the January one was weird when he was close to Napoli, and then all the news was that Juve came in and said, hold up, do not sign that deal. Just wait a second, and you can join us maybe now in January or at the end of the season. That kind of disappeared. So not sure how true that story really was, because if that was a real story, we will all be talking about Samardzic as being the first signing right now. So he's a player I do like. Is he a top player already? No, but he has potential. He has a lot of potential. And like I said, if we need to sign 2-3 midfielders, it makes more sense for the club to spend 60 million over 2-3 than 60 million on one right now. Right now, it does for the club, but all depends on what Thiago Motta basically wants. Does he want to have those type of midfielders or not? Because if you sell McKennie, it's not like for Thuram. It's not like for Samardzic or Coat Miners. But if you lose McKennie and you lose Rabiot and Alcaraz is gone and you move on Miretti as well, you have Locatelli and Fagioli. You need to sign midfielders. So Ederson, Coat Miners, Thuram, Samardzic, a lot of names. And those are basically the names we're being linked with at this moment in time. And we need to keep an eye on it. We need to keep an eye on it because we are going to do some business. It's just what does a coach want? Does he want a DM? Does he want an attacking midfielder? Barnechea is coming back. Does he like Barnechea? Does he want to keep him in the squad? So a lot of question marks. I like Ederson. I like Coat Miners. I like Samardzic. I even like Thuram from what I've seen, but that was a year ago. So is it going to be the same? I don't know. I've not watched him. Could be a complete flop. Could be a completely different player than what I saw a year ago. I'm not. I don't know because I haven't watched him. But there are options out there. It's up to the club now to make smart decisions, to make the right decisions as well, but also make decisions that are in sync with what the coach wants and what he needs. Otherwise, it's pointless in bringing in players again because we have built a squad like that, and that's why we are looking at to offload a lot of these players. Arthur, for example, one of them trying to offload him because he doesn't fit any coach we actually had ever since we brought him in. So it's going to be interesting. It's not going to be an easy task, but it's going to be a task that we finally and definitely need to take on, and that's why I'm like, you sign Calafiori, but you move out Bremer. It's one step forward, two step backwards. You're going to spend money on the back line. And I look at the midfield again, you're like, we don't have the budget. And it's, again, quick fixes, and it's going to fall apart long term. So a lot of work to be done. A lot of names out there, a lot of options, but the club needs to be smart, spend that money on one player or spread it and get two players in. We will see. But the links are good. The links for now are good. So I think that's a positive news. It's just now wait and see how we're going to spend that money. But let me know in the comments, what do you think? Thuram on a cheap, Samardzic, Ederson, Coat Miners, what will you do? Like the video, and I will see you guys back soon. Ciao.